Hi and welcome to MQW Driving School, another test video. It's a test video. Result is not good, but it's good to see what mistake the student have done. It was a bad day with lot of rains. It was less visibility. You have to increase your stopping distance. You have to increase your overall following distance, 4-second gaps. You have to think in advance, you have to brake in advance, you have to brake in early so you can stop the car in a good weather in a good time. Because your tires are wet, road surface is not clean, sometimes you cannot see the road markings properly in the rain, and then because of some blurriness on your screen you maybe can miss easily some traffic signs and road signs. And sometime when you look on the blind spot or any other places, you maybe miss things very easily. So that's one of the main thing about this test, that there are some places the information was missed and then it didn't make it well. As normal, we started from the street, then we came up to this junction. This street is 20 miles, then turning to the left, that is 30 miles, and then turning left again from the junction again to 30 miles. At the traffic light junction, we're going to turn right. This street is 20 because after you turn to the Harehills lane, it changed to 20, and so far is 20. Now, as you can see, the screen is getting blurred so many times. You stop here. There may be a blind spot behind this car. We can see the van easily, the height of the van. You can see the screen is blurred because we have to change the camera position, and the camera position is too much on the left now. So that's why it was, you can see the blurriness on the left, but overall where the wiper is running, the screen is clear for the student to see. So it's again still 20 miles, and then after some time it will change to 30 miles. Sometime you will notice the tarmac also change. Can you see the color changing of the tarmac? That's also a little bit resemblance that you have a different tarmac on 20-mile roads and you got different tarmac on 30-mile roads. It's called a loose chipped tarmac. Okay, so that's another indication sometime you're entering from one place to other place. Now you're approaching to the roundabout. Very simple. You got 3 exits of the roundabout. There's no picture of the roundabout, just the triangle warning, which can be behind these cars, and sometimes people don't notice the warning very easily. And plus it's a bit up the hill and you cannot identify the roundabout very early. So going straight, only one lane, no signal to go straight. You can check on the right very easily. If there's no one, don't need to stop the car, keep moving. Use the outer circle after the first exit, do the mirror signal and enter in this road. Still 30 miles. But now you're going down the hill and you say slow on the floor sometime because you got a lot of humps on down the hill. Sometimes people slow down on the humps too much. Remember, you need to slow down from 30 miles, but it does not mean you slow down 10 miles or 0 miles. to use the humps nice and smooth. Just try to be center of the humps so you don't jump too much. And remember, downhill humps jumps more. Okay, so remember, downhill you use more brake to go on the hump slowly. Highway code also mention when it's rain, when you use the wipers, is a good sense to use the lights also. Okay, your dip light or side light so people can see the car coming easily with the lights. Like this car on the front, you can see his light easily, so you can identify the car easily. Okay, so wiper on, lights on. Wiper off, lights off. Some cars these days have daylights and you don't have to do it. Going straight to the roundabout, second exit. Again, they are not special lane. Just keep to the left because you're going straight. Wait for the traffic coming from the right. And when there is no one, you move. You're still on 30-mile road. So about the second exit, now mirror signal now, and you take the left from here. It's a two-way road. Last time when you was on, it was dual carriageway and there was only one lane for you to go, but now you're sharing the road. That's why you got the sign two-way road. Go straight, end of this road, you're taking the left turn. When you turn left, that is also 30-mile road. If you notice, there was a parking slot on the left and you got a broken lines. And student go on the broken lines in a parking slot where his lane was already empty and there's no need to go to the left side. So again, the road marking sometimes is not very nice and clear to see on the rain day. So that was a mistake. It's a driving position mistake. See, all these cars with the light is very easy to see, and anyone like this, the one in the front of you with no lights, is hard to see. Okay, so remember, wiper on, lights on. It's for your own personal safety and safety for others. You're gonna approach to the roundabout soon, and then taking the third exit on the right and joining the dual carriageway, which is a 40-mile dual carriageway. Turning right, third exit. When you take the turn right, third exit, remember, if you see anyone parked on the left lane of a dual carriageway, you are allowed to leave the roundabout in the right lane instead of the left lane. But if the left lane is empty, you try to stay in the left lane. Majority of the time you will see a bus stop there and bus is parked. That's the reason. Or you see another parked cars, then you have to change lane. So again, so far there is nothing on the left lane, so you drive in the left lane. It's a 40-mile road, so don't need to drive slow. Soon you identify there's a parked car on the left lane, you change the lane to the right. But don't forget to cancel your signal for the lane change, otherwise these people will think you're turning right in their street. Okay, so make sure your signal is off. So when you see there is no car on the left again, then you should go back to the left lane. But if you do see some other cars on the left, then you can stay in this lane for a bit longer. When you go back to the left lane, again remember there's the left lane also have left turning soon. So make sure your signal is cancelled after you change the lane. Then we're going to take a left turn in one of the streets. He's driving half here, half there. That's not good. You should take your position quickly in the left lane. So turning here on the left street, that's a 20-mile road you're entering into. These kind of roads, sometimes you do some moving and stopping because that's a good space. They can even ask you to do the moving and stopping on the 40-mile road also on a dual carriageway. So wherever they say, can you find some safe, convenient, legal place for you to stop? Just look for it and just stop the car when they say move when you're ready. look properly before you go. Now the road is getting into the single file. It's a bit narrow road, one track, single track. So meeting traffic is very important here. If you do see a car, there's no space for two cars to go, so do it carefully. Then you will see the stop sign. Now remember, when you go to the stop sign, you must have to stop on the line so other people can see your bumper easily, and stay still for few seconds. If you want to use the handbrake, use the handbrake. See, like the student didn't stop on the line properly, then he have to peep and creep. Remember, there is no peep and creep on the stop line. You first stop the car. Second, he didn't give enough time to stop on the stop line. He just moved very quickly. So that's another mistake. You stop completely on the line first. Let the people see your bumper. Then try to see. If you cannot see, try to hear. If you cannot hear, then decide after a few seconds. Then again be ready to stop if you see something. Now joining this road is 30 mile. Then end of this street or end of this lane, we're turning left. As you can see, again the student is driving on the cycle lane on the left. So again, that is the wrong position of driving, not paying attention to the road marking. Second, this traffic light is not for you. Stopping here is a big mistake. So that's another mistake you can say here, because not identifying the junction. It's just a giveaway. Traffic light is for the right turn, not for you for the left turn. And you was in the cycle lane, that is also wrong. Okay, there's another mistake here. Okay, again cycle lane, don't drive on the cycle lane. Drive in your own personal lane. Pay attention to the road sign. Pay attention to the road marking. Again, you are in the cycle lane, so that means you are not paying attention at all. Okay, so that means if I have to be very strict, the test is already failed here by not paying attention to the road marking and driving in the wrong position, not looking down what you're doing. So soon we're going to approach to the roundabout, and then we're going to take a third exit on the right side of the roundabout. They're not proper lanes marked up, but it's a two separate lanes, one for the left, one for the right. So keep as much to the right you can. Proper mirror signal to the right. Now is going to be a serious mistake again on this roundabout, as the camera is too much on the left and camera is also only facing to the front. You don't able to see what was the mistake, but someone was coming from the right hand side and we should have not moved the car, and you moved the car, and that's how you got failed. Okay, then after that I'm gonna choose the easy route to go back to the test center, because there's no need to go further if you already failed. So if you see someone on the right, there's no need to rush. Okay, that's the first exit, that's the second exit. After the second, we do mirror signal left and move to the left lane, and then we joining the 40-mile road. The last road was 40 mile, this is also 40 miles. Then we're going to use one of the street to the left, and then I'm going to bring you back to the same roundabout again. So take the next road on the left. Then after this, take a left turn from this junction. These streets are 20 mile. They also use these streets for the real driving test as well, because you can do some maneuvers here. Again, if you do something wrong, you can always use these streets to go back to the test center quickly. You can. If everyone remember, if you do any serious or dangerous mistake in the test, they don't continue with the test anymore, and they try to go back to the test center quickly they can. Then we're going to take this left turning, and then it will go another left turning at the end of the road, and then you back to the roundabout, and this time you go straight to the roundabout, second exit, and you back to 40-mile road again. Now you back to the same dual carriageway where you was before, the same roundabout you did it before. Now you're going back to the roundabout, taking the first exit, the same place you came from. We're going to use the same route to go back to the test center. That is how this test is finished, and I'm going to take the student back to the test center because it's a lot of mistake. Now it can be a problem for some people. Sometime people normally cancel their lesson. Oh, it's a very bad weather, we can't do the test. Or it's too much rain, I can't do the lesson today. Or I can not drive in this kind of weather, it's not good for me, can we do a lesson another day? Always remember, your test is not going to cancel in this kind of rainy weather. unless it's a very dangerous weather and very low visibility, they maybe cancel this test. For example, when you will take the test early morning on December, January, when there are a lot of fog and there's not a good weather, maybe they cancel your test. But if everything is okay, they will take your test. So if you try not to take the lesson because the weather is not good today, and then on your test day you are not in the habit to drive on these kind of weathers, then you don't know what kind of situation you will deal with. For example, I see people asking for a weekend lesson. So what they do, they only drive Saturday morning, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock on empty roads, very good weather. Any day is a bad weather, rain, they cancel their lessons, right? And they don't know how to drive on a weekdays, Monday to Friday. Some people only take the evening lessons and they always drive in this one, then they don't know what to do if the day change. If you want to learn something out of your driving to become a good driver on the road, you should be trying to take your lesson on every different times. Okay? Sometime Monday, sometime Tuesday, sometime weekend, sometime evening, sometime morning, sometime afternoon, sometime off days. Okay? Sometime good weather, very sunny weather, very bright sun, sometime rain. Okay? So you know how to use the wipers. You know how the roads looks like. So don't try to say that I will only drive in a good weathers. Okay? Second, try to drive for 2-hour lessons. Don't take 1-hour lesson. 1-hour lessons are not very effective. You lose a lot of time. I get a lot of people come to me and say, I've done a lot of lessons with manual car and then I'm not making any progress. Okay? Try to take at least 2-hour lesson every week without any time off. Stay regular as much you can. Okay? Don't give gap on your lessons. Take 2-hour lesson. In 2-hour lesson, you still count half an hour can be your wasting. Maybe talking, maybe stopping, maybe doing mistakes, maybe late for 5 minutes, maybe going to the cash point for the cash. Even if you do these kind of things, still 1 hour 30 minutes you drive the car properly and your test is only 38 to 40 minutes. So still 1 hour 30 minutes is like double the time of your test. So when you take your driving for 1.5 hours or up till 2 hours, then you can see that driving for 40 minutes you can control. Now on the way back, now you can see the student was doing a lot of mistake again. He stopped to turn right in a tilt way. You don't do this. See how the people pass you on the left. So imagine if you don't look properly on your mirrors, doing the mistakes again, right? So even you going back, always pay attention what you're doing. So don't just ignore it that I'm going back and there's no need to bother about it. But again, stay in the good books of the examiner. What if you get the same examiner again? So again, we're just going back to the test center. There's nothing special. This test is finished. But the good news, this test was on 12th of July in Harehills, Leeds. Okay, and student failed the test. Then we done the test again, and then this student is already passed now. He done his test on Monday. I will show you the videos again how we done it, and this time he's passed. He got a full license holder now. He learned from his mistakes. He correct all his mistake. He did the correction lessons. Everything is perfect. And next time the route was more difficult than this one, but he done it very well and he's passed. Okay, so stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe, like and share. And if you have anything in your mind, you always can leave the comment. And if you want us to talk about any special thing, it's better to give us a chance. Tell us what you want us to tell you, then we will explain you in our videos. Okay, stay tuned. Take care. Bye bye.